Round 2.
Welcome to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. I'm Aurelio Martinez, Steven Johnson. I'll tell you what, in this episode, we save it and we talk about upcoming fights this weekend. But Steve, we really don't have any major fights coming up this weekend. Tons of club fights. So at this time, I'd recommend each and every boxing fan out there, go frequent one of the club fights near you, because these kids, I don't want to say amateur, but these young professionals that are starting their careers, you know, they put it all on the line, just like your big guys. They do it all, and they do it in the club scene. They do it in the local scene. Go out and see some of these guys, because they fight hard. They put it all on the line. Go watch a club fight and kind of make their day. You know what I mean?
Like, you know, the old adage, you got to start somewhere.
That's right.
And that's where most of them get their start. If they're not a highly decorated amateur, and some of them, even they're highly decorated amateurs, still have to start off in the local
I agree.
clubs.
Yeah. Take a look at what's around in your area. Always look at the card, because local promoters think they're big promoters, and they always put these where you can pick the winner without going, like, let's say you have someone that's 7-0 and he's fighting a guy that's 3-99. Okay, so you don't want to waste your time and your money seeing that kind of stuff, because you know who's going to win. But there are some good fights, so go out and frequent that. So let's talk about this. Let's take this time to talk about a hot topic that's been around, and you've got your Canelo fans that can back up Canelo no matter what he does. They're going to back him up, and then you got your other fans that are getting really frustrated with Canelo, and this all rides around Canelo. And
So you want to talk about Canelo?
Let's talk about Canelo. Let's talk about Canelo. Let's talk about the Canelo weight. Let's talk about the WBC. How they bow to him when he stands into the room. They all bow. Let's talk about things. Okay, yes or no, Steve? Is Canelo going to fight Triple G and unify and fighting for that WBC title at the middleweight division? Not Canelo weight, middleweight division. Is it going to happen?
No, it's not going to happen. Canelo, once again, Saturday night, what did he say? He got the fans amped up, speaking in Spanish, so I had to rely on you for interpretation. But in so many words, he said, I'll fight anytime, I'll fight right now. You know, if Triple G would have came out when he announced him, when Canelo invited him up in the ring, man, if that dude would have had underneath his clothes, if he'd have had some trunks on and he said, let's go now, man, all hell would have broke loose, because Canelo, he would have had to back up.
He ran.
Yeah.
He ran out the ring.
No, in seriousness, no. Canelo has let it be known he doesn't want any parts of Triple G, because if he would have, like I said, the Saturday night, this is the second time after a fight that he said, I'll fight him anytime. Remember after James Kirk he said, I'll fight him anytime. Okay. It's not happening. He don't want nothing.
What we're talking about, this was his tune-up fight. You know, WBC bowed in front of him. He came into the room. Right. They bowed. They says, okay, we're going to honor them, a tune-up fight.
Yep.
Before they have to meet each other.
Yep.
Okay, so that was WB's excuse. Let's see if WBC comes out with another excuse, or if they actually follow their rules and their guidelines and strip this man of this title. Yes. so that Triple G can fight for a vacant title. Let's see.
Yes.
Let's see. That's where it has to happen at first. And let me tell you my take on Canelo and the 150 fight, the Canelo weight. Okay.
One thing. Can I say this before you start?
Go.
I have a little bit of concern about how, and you can talk about this when you talk about this thing. Keep it in your mind. How is Canelo the WBC champion, middleweight champion, and Triple G is the WBC interim interim champion? I'll let you explain that as you go on.
But that's what I mean. It's there's really no explanation. I mean, that the way the process is made, it's made for the ABC organizations, for the sanctioning organizations, a way to bring more money. So you got one champ, so you bring in an interim champ, knowing that they're going to have to fight each other. They're going to have to fight each other. But usually that works fine. But when you put in the equation that one don't want to fight the other, and one of them is more or less going to be your cash cow,
you keep that sanction.
What do? You got to keep it going, you know. So pretty. I wouldn't put it out that the W says, okay, well, Canelo's not going to fight him. Let's go ahead and have Triple G fight for a diamond belt or for a titanium belt.
There you go.
Or something like this, you know, or or maybe they'll say, well, if Canelo can have his weight, maybe Triple G can have his weight at 159.9.
Wow.
I don't know, but it gets comical. It gets comical, so let me go back to give you my whole explanation, because I've kind of sat in this, and I'm dumbfounded just like anyone else out there. You know why? Middleweight division. We know it's 155 to 160. If you're in anywhere within that range, you're a middleweight. Okay? No ifs, ands, or buts. You're fighting the middleweight division. Okay? Once you hit 54, you drop down to the super welter. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. So Canelo's that one weight above super welter, which puts him in the middleweight, which rightfully gives him the title of middleweight champion. He's mm-hmm. wanted. You know, mm-hmm. he's wanted. So rightfully, no one's arguing with that. You want it. But how do you tell someone else to fight you for the middleweight title and tell them they cannot come in within them rules of saying to come in between 155 and 160? Mm-hmm. So if Triple G comes in and weighs 157, so what? He's within that. If he comes in weighing 159.9, he's in there. Okay, if he comes in at 161, well, he didn't make weight. Okay?
I was gonna say, if he comes in at 160, he's good.
That's what I mean. So they're just a way of saying, okay, I don't want to fight him. You know, I don't want to fight him. So my question, I had to do my research. My question was, okay, why don't he just go down to super welter?
You know why?
And I come up with this. So I look at the super welters. Well, guess what, fellas? He goes to the super welter. He got to fight the Charlo brothers. Okay.
Don't forget, man, Arislani Lara. I mean, he's got some guys
so he's like stuck between a rock and a hard place. So that's why he's so hard on this 155 Canelo weight, is because it keeps him at an advantage. Even this fight that he just had, I mean, he came into the ring 178, 179. I mean, he was up to close to that 180. Wow. I mean, you can see it in the ring. He was just so much bigger. Yeah. So even if Triple G come in and weighed at 160, okay, when Fight Night comes into the ring, Canelo's still going to have the weight because he's gonna blow up to 179, 178. Triple G is going to blow up to maybe 175, 173. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever he does. So it's all where you have to start questioning the fact that this guy just doesn't want to fight him and he's afraid. So now everything lands on the table of the WBC. Mauricio Suleiman. Mm-hmm. And let's see if he's anything like his father was. I mean, his father would say, okay, well, let's just move on. Obviously, if we're going to get stuck here, let's move on. We got to follow our rules, and let's just move on. So, I mean, that's it. You make a fight, you either take it or you don't. They can't make somebody fight somebody. You can't do that. Okay? Right. So you strip the title. Triple G fights for whoever, someone in the top 5, someone in the top 10, whatever their rules are. Mm-hmm. Chances are he comes out winning that. He becomes the WBC champion, and Canelo he can do what he wants. He can fight at 155 without a title for the rest of his career. Well, it doesn't make a difference.
I think it's a problem for Canelo, just because when you talked about it, I was really paying attention to what you said. The Charlo brothers, of course, they would love to get a shot at him. Yeah. Even somebody, Earl Spence would even move up to go ahead and get a hold of him. There's several guys that will get him and we know can handle him. I think the biggest thing is that without the WBC title, okay.
Oh yeah.
What is Canelo? I mean, Floyd has always been a welterweight and could go at light welter. Mm-hmm. I mean, at super welter if he wanted to. But there is just Canelo. I don't think he has that range, radio, where he can move back and forth like that. I don't think he has that, and I think he knows that. You know, there's, like I said, there's guys that at one sitting there at 154 that are salivating waiting for him. But if he loses, and that's really a strange thing for me to say, if Canelo loses, what does he have to offer? I mean, if he loses and he doesn't have the WBC title, what does he have to offer? I mean, I know everyone right now is amped up saying, you know, that he's the face of boxing, which I disagree. Yeah. He's done that to himself. He's done that to himself because he could be the face of boxing. But I still say right now, and you're going to laugh when I tell you this, I still say Floyd Mayweather's laying in the weeds for that number 50. I think that might just remember you heard it you heard it here first. Floyd might go ahead and throw it out there and say, hey, because Floyd knows Canelo can't beat him. And Canelo, see, Oscar would go for the money because that's his cash cow. That's what he wants to capitalize on. But right now, us just talking about Canelo, where does he go from here? He's between a rock and a hard place.
He really is. He really is. And I think it's going to come out here in the next week or so. That people are going to, everyone's back is against the wall. The WBCs, the Canelo camp, Oscar De La Hoya's camp. Mm-hmm. Everyone that's involved with Canelo, their backs are against the wall. Okay, so you're going to have to do something. Okay, you're going to have to do something. The decisions are going to be made, and you're going to have to do something. So keep tuned. The next week or so, we'll find out. I mean, obviously, if the WBC comes back with this, whatever rhetoric they're going to put and say, okay, well, they need another tune-up, or then we know that the public's just getting led along.
Do you think the WBC kind of spews some diatribe? It's just some diatribe out there.
I think they might do something, man. They're politicians in this game, and they're all about making money. So I wouldn't put it past them to come up with some intriguing rule that they can use to keep Canelo out there. I mean, don't forget, Canelo's got the following of the Mexican people, and they sell out.
In ending, let me say this: I don't think the majority of boxing fans will go for it. That's all the talk that I'm hearing lately is about what's the deal with the WBC. They're gonna have to do something that could be career defining for their organization, but we'll wait and see. In the meantime, stay tuned, because next, the often imitated but never duplicated Inside Boxing Throwdown. Come on, man. We'll be back in a minute, okay?
Till then.
In the meantime, keep them hands up, baby.
Keep hands up. All right. See, that was a good one. That one will get some play.